Hi everyone, my name is Jen Edwards and I'm an art therapist. I hope you're keeping busy and enjoying the fall season. Art is a great way to calm your mind and just focus on the little things. Today I have a relaxing project that you can do with a piece of drawing paper or mixed media paper, a black or brown permanent marker, a piece of newspaper that has text, a glue stick, some watercolor paints, just basic paints. Let's see, what else do we need? A cup with water, a large and small paintbrush, a pumpkin stencil, and also an oval stencil. That just goes with my pattern, but you might have a different pattern. And a napkin or paper towel, some gold glitter glue, and some Q-tips. I'll show you how to create a mixed media pumpkin drawing today. It's a fun project that you can do, and you can use it in your fall or Halloween decorating. There's really no wrong way to do this, so just have fun with it. Here we go. Thank you for joining me again, by the way. Let's see, so first I'm going to take my drawing paper, this one, and your newspaper, and as you can see, the newspaper piece is a little bit smaller than the drawing paper. That will give it a border around the edge. Any size will work though. Okay, so just take your glue stick. Mine comes out purple and then it turns clear or dries clear. Okay, and just rub your glue stick all over. You don't have to go to the edge because we'll have that border. The more glue, the better. I find that the glue stick works better than the liquid glue, the squeeze glue, because that leaves bumps. Okay, and before it dries, just lay your newspaper kind of in that middle area again. Doesn't have to be exact, but in the basic middle area is what we're going for. Oh, I'm gonna move mine. Takes time to get it just right. Okay, and then just smooth it out. You can use your fingers, get all those little wrinkles and air bubbles. You can even lift up your edges and do it again just to make sure. Nice and smooth. I think I got most of it. I'm putting extra. You'll see why. Okay. All right. So just glue down your newspaper, and next, and see, I told you that glue is dry and clear. Pretty neat, huh? Okay, take your pumpkin stencil. You can make a stencil by printing it off, like printing off a pumpkin outline on your computer, and then just put some cardstock underneath, and you can cut it out on the line. Or you can just freehand draw your pumpkin. Alright, so I'm taking my stencil and I'm putting it kind of in the middle of my picture here. Middle area. So it fits right in there. Let's see, turn it this way. And I'm going to use the Sharpie marker now. So I'm going to move this a little bit. Okay, and we're going to carefully trace the stencil with the permanent marker. Take your time. I hope everybody is taking time to relax and just taking it easy. I know this year's been different, but it'll get better. Okay, so here's what I got. Okay, next I'm going to trace the little oval kind of in the middle here. And you might have a different shaped pumpkin, and that's okay. Every pumpkin's different. Let's see which end works best. I'm just kind of filling in this hole here. Okay, and I'm going to trace this one. It's okay if it goes on the stencil. That's what the stencil's for. And I'm just tracing it around. Something like that. And I'm also going to draw a few lines in the stem area. Don't need too many, maybe like 4 or 5. Okay. And for this part, I'm going to draw a few swirly spirals inside the pumpkin, kind of here and there. You can use the main outline as a starting point, or you can just kind of put them in the middle somewhere. I'll show you. Like on my sample here, I used the edge and I kind of swirled it in. Just a place to start from. But it's up to you, of course. Okay, here we go. Can be different sizes. Just making some little swirlies. Art really is a good way to relax. It takes your minds off things, which can be good. that's what we have. And let's see, so next we're going to start painting. So I'm going to paint right on top of this, and that's why I use the permanent marker so that the lines stay put even when you add water. Okay, so get all my painting things ready. Most of these things you can buy at the art store, the dollar store even. Alright, so I think I'll paint the pumpkin first. And I'll use orange, and I'll use lots of paint with just a little bit of water. Let's see, actually I think I'll use that smaller brush. Small brush. Lots of color. I'm going to go right in. Okay, not sure if you can see it yet, but the newspaper just soaks up that water and turns dark. When it dries, the newspaper text will show through and the watercolors will be lighter. But it takes time, of course. So I'm just painting all of the pumpkin orange. Maybe I should have the big brush. I'll use the big brush for sure on the background. And you don't have to stay in the lines really, because any color that goes out, we can just blend it in with the background. Watercolors are a lot of fun. The colors, it just flows. See, that newspaper is just soaking it right up. Okay, you can also add a little bit of red, which will create a warm burnt orange. Alright, I'll do a little bit more red on the other side, just to kind of balance things. And you can even add a little bit of yellow in there. Yellow brightens things up. You might not see it right away because it's wet, but when it dries, you'll see lots of colors will show through. And I'm also going to do the stem, just green. And we're going to do the background. And for my background, I'm going to use lots of purple and a little bit of blue. And those colors, because they're complementary colors to the orange and yellow, that'll make it pop. It'll really stand out. Okay, so you take the bigger brush here and just kind of go around the pumpkin. Just kind of go in here and there, and then I'll use the blue and kind of fill in the gaps with the blue, I think. So you don't have to think about it really. Take your time. Art is one of those things that you could take all day if you want. Just get in that art zone and stay there. Alright, I'll do the blue. You can overlap your purple a little bit, and that'll make a kind of a dark purple, like blue violet kind of purple blue. Let's see, I think I'll just go along the edge here, and you can use a smaller brush if you want. The straight edge on the brush really helps because I can go right next to the edge. Flat brush makes it easy too. Alright, something like that. You know, as I do this, it kind of reminds me of going to a pumpkin patch and just smelling all those fall scents. Like the leaves, you start smelling the leaves, and it's just fun. Just a fun time of year. Okay, now would be a good time to take a break and let it dry. It takes some time to dry because that newspaper soaked up all that water. So just let it dry for a few minutes. Okay. When it feels dry to the touch, check and see if your newspaper is still glued down, because when it's wet, that can make the glue like it can kind of take away the glue when it's wet. So just check it, and I got a little bit of loose right here, so just take your glue out and just reapply it. And smooth it out again. This time I'll use my glue top. It's okay if you have a few wrinkles in there. It gives it some character. Alright. And the last step is really fun. take your glitter glue. I'm using gold. And a Q-tip. And I'm just going to dip into it like a paintbrush. And we're going to dab our pumpkin just here and there, anywhere you want. You can kind of trace the spirals. It might be wet at first, but then when it dries, you'll just see sparkles. You'll see glitter all over. Just dab it in. The more glitter glue you use, the more sparkly your pumpkin will be. Just kind of roll it. And just go all over the place. There's different ways to use glitter, and glitter glue is my favorite. You can just paint the whole pumpkin with the glitter glue. Even the stem. It'll be a little shiny at first too. That's because it's wet. Okay. I don't know if you can see that glitter glue. It's a little shiny right now. The pumpkin's really sparkly now, and those colors will stand out more. You'll love it. I hope that you enjoyed this project and were able to relax for a little bit. Thank you for watching, and till we meet again, keep hanging in there. Stay safe and be happy.